You were laughing. What did you find so funny?
Well, first, you know, there is a calculation by the BJP that, you know, he is the son of the soil of Gujarat and, you know, he contests there. That seems logical. But then you take him to Varanasi, which has symbolic kind of, for symbolic reasons you go there. There's going to be polarization. And they think, then he can sway other voters. But let me draw your attention to some realities.
No, let me just
I want to tell you why I was smiling. I want to tell you why I was smiling.
But get to it quickly.
Okay. If you look at some of the polls that we are seeing, if we assume that the polls are correct, Mr. Modi's prime ministerial preference ratings are 34%.
Mr. Stokes, I'm sorry.
Even in Gujarat, he doesn't get there.
I'm going to interrupt you because very cleverly but deliberately you are deflecting the discussion away from Varanasi to a larger context about Mr. Modi's prime ministerial ambitions. Forgive me. Mr. Stokes, pause a moment and listen to the question before you answer. If the Congress is so committed to trying to ensure that Mr. Modi loses in Varanasi, and as I'm saying to you, if you play your cards possibly, given the community-wise breakup of that constituency, you could perhaps work towards a defeat, but you needed to then ensure that you had a single opposition candidate. You needed to have some understanding with the Samajwadi Party, the BSP and the Aam Aadmi Party, and possibly with Ansar Mukhtar Ansari as well, and that you patently failed to do. Why could you not have got together and put up a single candidate and really give Modi a fight?
Look, I mean, we have to fight on our own. We're fighting on our own.
Why?
We are fighting. If other people want to join us, they're welcome to join us. But we believe that Mr. Modi...
If defeating Modi is your prime aim, compromise and try and seek a common candidate which the others can agree on.
I'll tell you this. Mr. Modi is
putting Congress ahead of defeating Modi. That's what you're saying.
I think it is a strategic mistake on their part. Mr. Modi is going to be pinned down in Varanasi. He'll face a very tough fight there. And if you look at the breakdown of what the voting composition is, it's going to be very tough for him.
One of the things that's going against the candidate of the Congress party is his criminal background. So you've got Mukhtar Ansari, who's a gangster, and you've got Ajay Rai, who's a gangster. And in Banaras, they're very well aware of that background. The reason why he wins is because of that muscle power.
You've just actually explained why they've chosen him. It's because he's a Bahubali, as he's described in common language, that he wins. And the Congress is clearly hoping that the strong arm tactics, if I can use that he might deploy, will actually give him an advantage. And certainly he has linkages in Varanasi that Mr. Modi as an outsider
Criminal linkages?
Well, people have linkages. Let's not be judgmental about whether they're criminal or not. But the advantage that he brings is that he understands the community. And
what I'm trying to say, Karan, what I'm trying to say is that you've got the man who wants to be prime minister contesting from this constituency. You need somebody with more gravitas than a gangster.
Let me go back. I'll come back to you in a moment's time, Mr. Soos, but let me go first to Sudhanshu Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi, till 2009, Ajay Rai was in fact in the BJP. You initially, in fact, chose him to contest that election in Varanasi in 2009, and then at the last moment, you dropped him in favor of Murli Manohar Joshi. That deeply upset him. He changed parties. And in 2012, in the assembly elections, he routed the BJP candidate in Pindra, who was left with just 3,000 votes. Now, you know, revenge is an enormous motivation. And if revenge is still driving Ajay Rai, as many believe it is, and given that he has certain influence in the community, if I can put it like that, you may find that you've come up against an enormous obstacle that you hadn't quite catered for.
How Congress has selected Mr. Ajay Rai is the internal matter of Congress party. And what is there in the mind of Mr. Ajay Rai, whether it is a revenge or not, I am not privy to any such information. But there are two inferences. One, Congress is unable to find any candidate from its original cadre. They are trying to hire a candidate from outside. Like in Gujarat at one point of time.
You're sidestepping the issue I raised, aren't you?
Second thing. Yes, of course, they should try to have a formidable candidate and somebody should play a role of a mediator. I think it can be a Shahi Imam.
Forgive me, you've done a fair share of taking other people's, other parties' people and giving them seats. Have you forgotten Jagdambika Pal? You've done that yourself. So, you know, this is the case of the pot calling the petrol black.
Of all people.
Let's just stick to the question I asked. Is there a real danger that the revenge factor may drive Mr. Rai to success?
And after a few days, he was giving support on the insistence of Sonia Gandhi. So I think they should
you're not
try
answering my question.
to facilitate the mediation and put up a formidable candidate.
I'm going to go to Mr. Yagnik, who as an academic, at least I hope will answer my question directly, unlike both Mr. Soos and Mr. Trivedi. Very quickly, do you think it's just journalistic discussion that's hyping up Ajay Rai's chances? Or do you genuinely feel that if the communities come together, he could defeat Narendra Modi? Give me a short, sharp answer.
No, he is a weak candidate, there is no doubt about that. But I would also like to ask that why we are not asking BJP that they are not putting up a formidable candidate against Sonia Gandhi.
Well, no, that's a different
issue. We are
issue.
not asking that question.
No, but definitely not, because it's a different issue. That's not just a different issue, Mr. Yagnik, it's a different question, and I applaud you for having found an extremely deliciously academic way of doing exactly what the others were doing, deflecting the question and not answering it. I'm afraid I've got three guests today, unlike Tavleen Singh, who do not want to answer the question I'm asking. I have
already told you. I have already told you that he is a weak candidate, no doubt about that.
All right, we leave it there. He's a weak candidate, no doubt about it. Mr. Soos is strongly disagreeing in 10 seconds.
One thing, you know, characterizing someone as a gangster, I think that is wrong. The point is, he was
record.
No. So many people have a criminal record. Is he convicted?
Well, what do you call a
Mr. Modi has convicted ministers in his government.
I'm going to stop you in your
Was he called a gangster?
Because you're about to embarrass yourself. Rahul Gandhi would be the first to say that we are a clean party and we do not take people with criminal records.
The point
conviction or not, Caesar's wife principle applies to Congress. Stop.
The maximum number of MPs in Parliament are Shiv Sena people with criminal records, right?
For yourself.
Shiv Sena and BJP have the highest number of MPs with criminal records. Is that correct or not?
Is that resist the temptation to embarrass Rahul Gandhi by continuing with this argument. In the interest of your own spokesmanship, I'll stop you.
I'm fine with this.
My thanks to both of you for joining me. My thanks also to Mr. Yagnik as well as Mr. Trivedi. We've run right out of time. See you tomorrow. And if you have, then thanks for watching. Goodbye. Good night.